Hello, Aries. Welcome to your week ahead, July 15 to July 21st, 2019. This is going to be for all Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter sign placement. Aries, I already shuffled and laid out your spread, so we're going to get into your reading because you have count it, one, two, three, four pieces of guidance here, Aries. Yes, four. A lot of guidance apparently is needed. So let's see what's going on that's leading to all this four pieces of guidance. So Aries, your overall energy and focus is you have death. What parts of you, your habits, need changing? How do you feel disconnected with yourself and with others? Have you been neglecting your physical or emotional health? That is your overall energy and focus. Now, also with death, there may be something coming to an end, or you may be focused on trying to change something, release something. Um, and so, with this energy, because you see, I want you to see here with death, um, her face is covered, so she may not be seeing clearly, but she has a cord in her hand here. It's a thin red cord, and she has scissors where she's about to cut. So there may be you may need to cut corners. You may need to make some changes. You may need to let go of something. Um, you may be dealing with um, how to do all of this because you may not see exactly how to go about it. But the change is needed nonetheless. And so I also noticed that her hands are black. So perhaps part of the issue is you may be finding that you could be in your low vibration Aries about the changes that are necessary or what needs to be cut or released, meaning that you may be resisting change or you may be reluctant to release or let go of something, or you may not be very interested in, you know, putting in the energy and effort towards the changes that need to happen for you. So, Aries, what you're dealing with in the week ahead is you do have the hangman. And so, with the hangman here, you may be feeling stuck or experiencing delays. You may be feeling like a victim. With the hangman here, this is about you needing to take a look at things from a different perspective. This is a need for wisdom, a need for you to take a pause, perhaps, to focus on what you need to let go or release. You may need to surrender. Also, with this energy of the hangman, you may be very strong in your convictions, and that may be what is influencing your decisions you've made or are making. But this is about also needing to look at the alternatives and reevaluate. There may be a measure of manipulation where strings are being pulled either by you or someone else, but also this is about a measure of selfishness, tunnel vision, perhaps. You may be experiencing or feeling like you're experiencing punishment or some futility in your aims. You may even be experiencing a little bit of depression, or you may have a blind allegiance to something. But with the hangman here, you may be focused on seeing how you can um, bring it into delays or stagnation or setbacks and reach the alternatives here. Because what's around this, you had two cards that came out. You have what is down there, and you also have how thick is your skin. So I feel as it has to do with the hangman, you may be so focused on something in particular to the point that it has you stuck or stagnant. or holding on, um, and it may be causing you delays as a result. You may be actually beginning to be open to a new perspective or alternatives than what you have originally been entertaining or looking at. And now you are considering or become curious about, as it has to do with what's down there, what else could be possible. The caution is to be mindful because it's dark down there, and no, you can't exactly see what's ahead. But if and when you are considering the alternatives, just be careful about what you're considering, and be careful about what you're evaluating as far as alternatives, so that you don't find yourself in a dark place with it, or losing the light of clarity as a result. And with how thick is your skin, I feel this is about you with the hangman here needing to sacrifice perhaps, or surrender, and find a way to be spiritually strong at that time or at this time. But also, um, there may be a need for you to take your time here. There may be a need for some sort of dedication for you, Aries, in all of this. And this may be something that is not easy for you to embark upon or do. And so there's a need for thick skin, or to ask yourself, is your skin tough enough for the sacrifice you may need to make, or you're making, or are you tough enough to surrender, to let go, to release and allow for an alternative, to evaluate the situation in such a way so that you can move on from delays, so that you are using wisdom in the situation, so that you perhaps avoid becoming a victim in some way, but also that you are not blindly going towards things or circumstances that could allow you to become stuck or keep you from getting unstuck. And so you may also be needing to consider where you are emotionally, if you are experiencing depression and to what extent, and perhaps trying to look at the alternatives to addressing it, and not staying in your convictions and choices that may be keeping you from being able to get some adequate help and assistance if that is needed. Because perhaps what you've done or have been doing, your efforts have found to be futile. Now, your best mental attitude here, Aries, is the Page of Swords. This is mental energy. So there's a need for you to communicate. There's a need for you to perhaps use diplomacy and tact in your communication, but speak your truth. There's a need for you to guard yourself, to protect yourself, to cut away what no longer serves you. There's a need for you to consider new things, or have new considerations, or apply new logic and plans to the changes that may be needed, or to possible stagnation or delays that you may be experiencing, or any depression that you may be going through. You also have with Page of Swords, be wise. There's a need to be wise, and this is a chakra energy. And with be wise, this is focusing on your intuition. This is focusing on needing to be operating from a place of wisdom and enlightened guidance and truth. But making sure that as it has to do with your intuition, that your intuition isn't off, but that instead it is accurate and trying to guide you, and perhaps paying more attention to that. Also here, this is about you needing to have a positive focus on your life and not a negative one. And so this is about the third eye. This is about you tapping into your intuition in order to have wisdom and guidance through what you're going through or dealing with. Now, the best action and advice is the Five of Cups. So, fives bring about change. This is about you being able to look at how you can salvage, how you can emotionally recover, how you can restore, and no longer looking at what's lost or what's got you depressed or got you upset, but instead focusing on how to heal, how to recover, how to restore and replenish yourself emotionally and see emotional improvements, but also to make improvements in whatever you are dealing with that you may need to try to transform or change or surrender to or release. But this is some measure of adaptation, but towards progress, towards healing, towards building yourself emotionally through your circumstances and through how you feel about your circumstances and what approach you will take, the approach you will take to continue to recover and to progress and focus on what you have left and what you can do and how you can improve things. So your likely outcome here, Aries, is you do have death, which is representing here twice. So death is very important, okay? It's very significant for you in the week ahead since it's here twice showing up. And so with death being your outcome, this is about you needing to bring shit to an end. This is about you needing to um, change, transform, let go, release. Okay? That's what this is talking about with death. And this is your outcome. You being able to come come up with the changes, but you see that half is human and half is not, is inhuman. I feel that though you're able to come up with the changes to transform your situation, to release or to let go, there's a struggle for you in your ability to do it, or there's a struggle for you while you're in that process. But know that despite the struggle with death here, an ending is certain, change is certain, release is certain. Okay? Now, your guidance, Aries, let's look at that. So, your first piece of guidance is empowerment. Nice. So, with empowerment, believe in your own power to create change and control your life. Be empowered by becoming an example to others. Use your past experiences to make yourself stronger, Aries. Empowerment, force of will, determination, pressing in and pressing on, forward movement. Nice. That's your guidance, empowerment. Your other piece of guidance is prosperity. Give and expect the universe to give back to you. Believe that you are prosperous already. Have gratitude for everything you have in your life. No matter what has happened or hasn't happened, no matter what is going on or no longer going on, be mindful to have an attitude of gratitude and you will experience prosperity. But this is the guidance about you focusing on prospering in your circumstances and within yourself. and having the tools along with the support of the universe to reaching it. Your other piece of guidance is sharing of yourself. I am an incredibly generous being. Okay? So this is about you needing to have compassion. This is about you needing to focus on being more giving in your circumstances, in what you're dealing with. And you will find that you will feel better by being able to give or being able to release or let go through you sharing of yourself in this situation in the week ahead or whatever you're dealing with, Aries. Your last piece of advice, expecting miracles. Yes, miracles are blossoming in my life, and it goes very well with death being about endings and transformation and change. So expect miracles, expect good things to happen, expect positive things to happen in your world because they will. And it's all because you're going to share of yourself, you're going to focus on the changes, you're going to focus on being empowered, you're going to look at how to prosper, and you're going to recover and heal because you do have a thick skin. And no matter what's going on around you or down there, you are able to release, to let go, to transform, to change, and bring shit to an end and not be stuck. I hope these messages help. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And thanks for watching. Bye.